Here we are again with Dominions 4. And as you may know by now, I started a little new series for my German viewers. I split the channel a little bit more in half again between English and German. And I started a German tutorial for Dominions 4. Now I'm not the best player in the world, this is not the most viewed channel in the world, but there was interest. And if there is interest in an English tutorial too, I will do that too. Just let me know here exactly in the comment section of this video. So I thought, while I do this tutorial for the German fans, I can do a second playthrough in English, so you don't have to, well, come around without your dominions. So, a few things. Last time was very summon heavy. I will try to do something less summon heavy this time. So I will pick a nation with a lot of interesting concepts. And I will pick a nation that is in all 3 time periods and start early. And if possible, or if interest is there and I like the nation, I will maybe go through all 3 periods to show you how it evolves. Also it was told me that last against Agartha in the end it was a little bit boring because I was clearly kicking their ass, which I didn't see that way, but okay. I never played the faction I will play now before. And I never played against a master AI before, always only mighty, so there's even one level above it, but well. So this time, that will happen. Master and a nation I never played before, so there's a very, very, very good chance of you seeing me fail. And I know that's what you want to see, so let's get it going. There are a few nations which are basically in every period. But we are going to choose the Greeks. Yeah? This is their golden age, basically. And while they have in the last version, in the late ages, basically a different version of hoplites of all kind. This is early, like for Omer, with a lot of different units with chariots and stuff. It's quite interesting, I think. And a lot of versatile leaders with different abilities, which is very unusual for the early age. So for early age, there are basically a high-tech nation, which has lower access to own summons. They only have like 1 or 2 spells that are exclusively for their land, so we will do some normal summons, but there will be less country-specific stuff. But as you can see soon, we'll leave the rest on random. They have a lot of different stuff, a lot of different mages. They have engineers, they have skeptic preachers, which can reduce the dominion of the enemy, and they have the ability to heal afflictions, which only 5 or 6 units in the game have. And their dominion gives accurate and automatic military reports about the unit stationed in the dominion. So that's a crazy lot of abilities, which compensates for not having spells. And they have access to a shitload of different gods. From giant bull transformations of Zeus to half the Greek pantheon, as you can see here, Zeus and others. And very interesting ones, for example this one here. This one is actually an assassin, a very, very good assassin. So you could use your god to walk around stealthy with stealth 100, so basically max, and snipe enemy commanders. Which sounds awesome, but I plan on doing a playthrough like that in the future if the Dominion's viewers in this channel grow. But it's very difficult, I imagine, and I'm already trying a new nation and a new difficulty, so let's not overdo it. But I will try to build a fighting pretender god. Now I could take the easy way and take this girl. She has trample and she regenerates, which is a crazy combination. And she starts with 135 hit points. It also takes a great bow, or this version, which is basically based on Scylla, which was which claimed herself to be more beautiful than the gods and was punished for that by having 6 dogs at her leg, and she was well, I look English word, I know. A passage on the ocean where it's very close between the two sides, and on one side there was sitting Scylla, and on one side there was sitting Charybdis, and for example, Odysseus had to pass there 2 times and lost most of his crew. So it's a sea monster basically. That's also actually amphibious and causes fear, like Odysseus' crew. So actually I have some knowledge about Greek mythology, so if you're interested in that, also leave me a comment, because otherwise I will not include it in the playthrough. I'm not sure if my viewership is really interested in some stories about Greek mythology, but if yes, let me know, I will include it. So what we will do is something abstruse. I wanna fight, and I'm gonna pick the Titan of Love, because she has all 6. No, 5, but nearly, or 5. She's so magnificent that most units which are not undead or otherwise don't need morale, are not able to strike her, which is a quite impressive feat indeed. She also reduces unrest everywhere she walks, brings a supply bonus for my troops, and starts with 2 magic guides. I'm like good, she has no protection, we can all see why. I think it's basic protection, yeah, her basic protection. Skin is so hard. She has okay stats here, good strength, and 95 hit points, so that seems solid. Also, she can lead 160 troops, with a bonus of +3 morale to 5 squads. So that's pretty awesome, we take her. She also costs only 50 points. We'll go to 5 nature, 4 water, 4 earth, so you see it will be quite different from our builder god the last time for building items. Go to 3 production, 2 growth, and 7 dominion. What? I did something different the last time. Maybe only 1 growth? Ah, only 1 growth. Okay. Only 1 growth, and she will be dormant. So normally when you pick a fighting god, you take one, you take him awake to make the most profit out of it, but I guess she will need some items, so, or unit support, so let's not overdo it. Also I want this scale, because for this area, the elite Greek units I think have a pretty high resource cost. So how to name her? Hercilia will be our ruler, and we need more magic size because I want to show off. We need more Hall of Fame entries. We need more thrones because thrones are interesting. Let's say 14 victory points. That will take a while. Let's increase the size to 4 to not make the playthrough too long. We will allow renaming, so if anybody wants to be in the game, leave a comment under this video and you will be in. So I think that's everything we want, and let's get going. In the beginning there was chaos. Now the wheel has turned again. So here we go. Let's go. And we are right in the middle of freaking nowhere. This is the map. Okay, we'll start with 2 Dominion here. We have a buttload of magic sites. Here. Equipment of philosophers. 2 Earth gems. Mage engineers, okay. 2 astral, 2 air. Wind Lord, Wind Rider, Orient. Okay. We all know which mountain that is, huh? So follows. Okay. So we have a lot of supplies here, 116 resources now and 395 incomes. That seems solid. We have thrones right here and here in bordering provinces. And this borders to a lot of stuff. And there are also some mountains with high production. That's nice. I like it. Also it seems like we can cross this river without problem. Actually it seems like you can cross every river on this map without problem. But not all the mountains. Okay. Good. Let's have a look at our units in this first episode. So, as you can see, a lot of different stuff. We have slingers, which are also actually quite good in this area because they blunt damage and there are not so many troops with helms. Most of ours have, so friendly fire is not so bad. They have this light peltas with javelins and average human stats, aside from 13 defense skill and only 5 protection. 10-6, pretty cheap, and better than tribesmen, mostly. They have the Cardakas, which are early version of the hoplite with shorter spears. They are formation fighters, so they can fight in line formation without morale penalties. That's a pretty dastardly ability. They have 9 protection, 13 defense, so these guys all have good defense. Aside from that, average human stats. And a shield, which 16 and 4, so that's okay, and they move pretty fast actually. Then we have Myrmidon. The Myrmidons are the elites of the Golden Era. A philosopher once commanded that their heavy bronze armor made the Myrmidons resemble ants, hence their name. Myrmidons themselves claim that the founders of their band were actually ants transformed into sickly armored soldiers of great strength. Myrmidons wield short swords and carry shields, so they have short swords, better than average stats, 12 hit points, 30 morale, and a whooping 17 protection, which is insane for early age levels. That's like the heaviest infantry in early age, or one of the heaviest infantries in early age. And they also come with a shield, and they have an encumbrance of 9, so they will tire out pretty fast, and they don't move very fast, but wow, 28 resources too. These are chariot archers. They have trampling chariots with sharp bows. It's charges troops. Mobile archers. If the archer dies, the remaining chariot will charge. Okay, so that's maybe useful, but normally with tramplers you wanna trample, you know? I guess it's good when other archers fire on it. We'll try it out. And we have normal chariot, which cost more resources, have better armor, 16 protection, really good. But they also only have 10 hit points. That's pretty low for a unit costing that much. And here we have only 15 gold and 20 resources. We have Icarids, and they can fly, yeah? But they are not very fire resistant because, you know, you don't want to fly too close to the sun, man. Yeah. So we'll give them a chance. I wish they were blessed, but you can't have everything, I guess. 12 defense is nearly low for this, guys. 12 hit points, 11 protection, 11 strength and attack skill. Solid early ages. But also high encumbrance. These guys here only have 5 encumbrance, and they are our sacred troops. They are Pegasus Riders, as you can see, with 13 hit points, 17 protection, 12 magic resistance, 14 morale, strength 11, attack skill 12, 17 defense, and 22 movement in addition to flying. 3 attacks. That's really, really good. But also really, really expensive. We could in theory hire 7 of these guys with our holy points, but wow, I don't see it. Too expensive, at least for the moment. Sacred warriors with heavy bronze armor, okay. Now go over our leaders. We have the standard scout here with a short bow and survival. We have the Myrmidon champion, which is one of the Myrmidons, obviously. With really good stats, he nearly can suck this guy out even if he has only 14 protection, because in early age he has 70 protection, protect you from nearly every weapon in the game. That's really solid, but he has high encumbrance. There is a chariot commander which can also actually go into battle with his chariot and trample some stuff. And 60 troops, but man, 10 hit points. I am not sure if I want him in. There's an Icarid champion which can lead 60 troops, so we could have an army of 60 flyers with their champion sucked out going in. His stats are kind of medicore. I'm not sure we will hire one of this. And now we come to the interesting stuff, which is crazy good for early ages, but also needed to offset the summons of the others. They have these guys. They are old age, but we will come to many of their guys are old age, but it's not as a big problem as in the last game or for other nations, and you will see why. The skeptic is a philosopher with sharp tongue and dry wit. His intellectual section prevents him from accepting the truth of any faith. So he's so philosophical, he doesn't believe in any god, also not us. So we don't want him in our land, so what will you do with him? Well, he's stealthy. You bring him in enemy lands and it's like you have a priest there preaching against him and it lowers their dominion. So our dominion can dominate. And he can actually lead 10 people. That's pretty awesome. And interesting features that we will use and hopefully get something out of it. We have these priest races, which are the reason why all our old age guys are not a problem. Because they have an ability that is maybe the rarest in Dominion. It's healer. And this allows her to heal 3 afflictions a turn in an army. No matter what. If you lost an arm, if you lost an eye, she will heal it. And also, if you are... well, what? Yeah, you guessed it. If you have any illness, sickness, disease, she will cure it. So, old age, not so threatening if you have 2 or 3 healers around in the provinces. Well, of course, for the guys that will not be in our provinces, it's threatening still, but not for the other old guys who will recruit. And she is also a level 2 priest, and with that our mightiest priest, we have no basic level 3 priest unfortunately, and a level 1 nature mage, so she loves the peace. And she's pretty cheap actually, because she only has 62 gold a year. Now these guys are mystics. They are our basic astral mages, which can go up to astral 2, which is important for forging later. And they have adept researchers, so they get +1 research out of this and have a lot of 100% chances. They cost quite a bit a year, 96, but we will recruit some later for research when we actually need mages too. The first few months we will go with something cheaper to get more expensive troops. And we have engineers, which are also old age, but like I say, not a big problem. And we will pack them if the master AI can pack a lot of castles, or will pack a lot of castles on tiny space, which I think is quite possible because the master AI gets a lot more money than we are. So if they don't war against everyone, they will build a shitload of castles, which needs to be sieged. And this guy, he counts as 25 dudes when doing so. And I guess we will get sieged in this campaign too. He counts as 25 dudes when defending too, making it harder to siege our castles. And he only costs 40 gold, so we need quite some castles too to spam different leaders with different propose. Then we have Standard Philosopher, which only costs 65 and 52 gold a year, and he can do 10 research. So that's quite solid, I must say. So he's a cheapie with a lot of research ability. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Here, he's a cheapie with a lot of research ability. He cannot be recruited everywhere, basically only here in our capital, but that's fine, he would be overpowered otherwise. If we are running low on money or want to recruit mages elsewhere, we can recruit philosophers here or at the start of the game. You also have mage engineers, which are pretty cheap for what they bring to the table, not in upkeep but in actual gold cost. While they are old age, they are shock resistant, have a siege bonus of 30 people, same for defense bonus. They bring 100% chance on one of this, and start with 1 air and 1 earth. And then we have our mountain spirits, which are the top elite of our mage casters. They are slow to recruit and cost a whopping 405 gold, which is quite risky with their only 10 hit points. But we maybe still suck one out because they have all 6. I have to find a way to make it work even with 10 hit points because they have all 6, which is more than our god, the Titan of Love. They also heal their own afflictions, which is normally a really good trait, but not so much when you do that anyway. They have mountain survival and they are stealthy 60, so they can sneak around, do sneaky stuff. Poison resistant, shock resistant. They are sacred, so they can be blessed. I maybe should have... What I could have done is make a very strong blessing, then recruit these babes, a very strong nature blessing with 9 or 10 hit points, so they get up to 19 to 20 hit points. Then they, with all 6 and a good equipment, they would be incredibly strong in combat. But I didn't think about that, and because I didn't know how good this unit really is, I just read about them. And they are crazy good. They can do seduction, which also which pulls commanders of the opposite sex to your side. This is a very interesting ability, but normally you can find it in late age or middle age on very cheap leaders. Not on shitty expensive ones. The only other shitty expensive ones that can do it are the Dryads from Pangea we saw in our last playthrough. So I'm not sure if it's worth trying that with someone important like her and mighty and a lot of research. Yes, 100% chance to have 7 magic basically with 2, 1 and 3 instances already, and 10% chance to have 8 magics. That's that's god level. But they're an interesting unit, maybe we'll use them in different propos. And we have the Wine Lore, which are also sacred and basically leaders of the Pegasus riders, and yeah, maybe we can do something with them too. So now, after a lot of talking about our units, let's have a look at the army setup. We have some peltas and we have some of this guys. That's clearly not enough to beat anybody. So you, my friend, you will be becoming a prophet. How many guys can you be? 3 squads? Nice. What we will do is... What? Come on, guy. Become prophet. We will recruit a philosopher, because this guy's cheap. We will recruit some sacred troops. Don't have resources for many. We could also instead recruit Sam, which maybe is better. Problem with the sacred troop is they will fly in. And the rest of our troops is not very fast, so that's maybe not a good idea. On the other hand, we have a prophet, we have a blessing, so that's helpful. We'll do it. Ah, but we need mass. We need a mass of troops at the beginning to take out some provinces. These guys are crazy good too, but nah. Let's go with a lot of these guys first. Build up some soldiers. Actually, we could do peltas too. Let's give 5 of this and the rest in peltas to spend as much as we can. Or slingers. No, not slingers. One less peltas, one more of you. Sounds solid. And let's start working on one of these guys. We'll recruit more later. And we at least use one resource. Hello, philosopher. So that's basically already it for the first round, besides moving our scout over here. Let's go. A lot of proclamations going on from different nations. See what happened. We will have our first combat, and then with that ends the episode. Here are ape archers. I don't like ape archers. They are archers too, mainly militas. Wolf tribe archers. The throne, of course, is guarded by phantasmal warriors, light cavalries, militas, heavy cavalries. Okay. Led by Tolma the sorceress, so this seems to be a strong throne too. Kirata the sorceress, okay. Phantasmal warriors, heavy cav, heavy infantry. Wow, that's nasty stuff here. Let's explore our surroundings a little bit more. And do some army setup here. You guys go here. You guys go here. And you guys. You can move in a double. In a line formation without getting morale malus. So why don't do that, guys? You go here, and you take fire, closest enemy. Oh, and our prophet. Well, first, cause we have no use for blessing yet, but we have use for ceremony of courage and another ceremony of courage, and then just smite the hell out of them. Spells. And we will move you up a little bit. So you hit with your Sermon of Courage. Then we will try to take out these guys. Looks easiest, also there's our Dominion already spreading here. We research with this friend here. Invest some more money into these guys. Let's do it like this for the moment. And recruit 3 or 4 months philosophers and then switch when we have a decent amount of expansive secrets. Let's end this turn. Okay. Another proclamation and the Battle of Nifel. 0 troops. The hoplites, I would call them hoplites. I know it's the pre-hoplite version, but man, they look like hoplites. And the Peltras are ready. When we face off, here is Milita. There's actually light infantry. Pretty death ships. They have certain defense too. And there are a lot of archers and a priest. Nice. They hit our guys. Okay, ceremony of courage. Ceremony of courage, very nice. Yeah, pierce that light infantry. Kick their ass. Okay, we repel a lot of attacks here. I'm not sure if I... Oh no, we lost the first one here. The archer fire. More damage to archer fire. Why are they not running? So what repelling actually does is... What? Poor guy, we need a healer for this army. Yeah, we need. What repelling actually does is he has a longer weapon. And someone attacks you with a shorter weapon, then you get the chance to counter his attack with your attack ratio and deflect the damage, possibly doing damage on him. And every time you do that, your weapon becomes 1 length shorter in comparison. So if someone with a length 2 sword attacks this hoplite, we can do it 2 times before it stops. Stop killing our guys with bow fire. Die, you bastards. Yeah, good. We won. Solidly. Solid army. Solid basic army. Only one. We lost one of these guys. Nice. So we have this province. Here's another throne, which is protected by what? Clayman? 120 units. Barbarians claiming fire snakes and fire drakes. A huge netter of king was seen towering there. I mean, on one side it's nice having all these thrones close by, because it will not take forever to win. At least. But on the other hand, yeah, it kind of blocks us from conquering the provinces we need to make our capital run. Could go here, clear out the barbarians, but they are barbarians. I fear them, I have to admit. Wolf tribes, but where to go from the wolf tribes? Kind of need the provinces around our castle. Cannot see what's here because this mountain pass is closed. So okay, so that be it for the first episode of our playthrough. Also Greek mythology, friends. And I see you all next time.